So we stay locked in, tuned in here at the beginning of round 2 because the Browns pick again in just a couple spots at 36. And they take, at pick 36, the one that they got from the Jaguars in the trade for Mason Graham, Quinshon Judkins, the running back out of Ohio State. And we say, finally, offense. We need it. We need a running back. We have got to revamp this backfield and get things going. And what do the Browns do? They go and get the guy that I highlighted so much. I mocked him to the Browns. I picked him as one of my top 3 guys from the top 30 visits episode that I did with Kenny Mack. I love me some Quinshon Judkins. And I know I'm an Ohio State homer. I get that. But he's still one of the best running backs in this entire draft class. And the Browns took him. If I'm going to get excited for the Michigan guy at pick 5, I'm damn well getting excited for the Buckeye here at pick 36. So Quinshon Judkins, 6 foot, 220 pounds, just 21 years old. He's a young guy, and he's got a lot of football left, but he was so ultra productive in college. He was the number 2 among all running backs at the combine in athleticism score. Now here we go, his college career. Kicked things off in 2022. His first 2 seasons were at Ole Miss. He was a freshman All-American, first team All-SEC, SEC Freshman of the Year, SEC All-Freshman Team, finalist for the Sean Alexander Freshman of the Year Award. This was as a freshman. He's, 18, 19 years old, and he's already one of the top running backs in the biggest conference in college football. Ranked 7th in the FBS with 1,567 rushing yards, on 274 carries, had 5.7 per attempt, and he tied for 10th with 16 rushing touchdowns, which both were school records. He played in all 13 games with starts in the final 6 contests. He had 15 for 132 and a touchdown receiving on the year. He won the Connerly Trophy for the best player in Mississippi. 2023, again, at Ole Miss. First team All-SEC. Led team with 1,158 rushing yards. Just got something in my eye. 271 carries, 4.3 per carry, so his average came down this year. 15 rushing touchdowns, though, so still solid. He's got a nose for the end zone. Started all 13 games. He had 22 catches for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving. Then transfers to Ohio State in 2024 and was third team All Big Ten Conference. He led the team with 1,060 rushing yards on 194 carries, back up to 5.5 per carry. 14 rushing touchdowns, played in all 16 games, 7 starts, which whatever. As a running back, you're either in on that first play or you're not. For the national champion Buckeyes, and had 22 catches for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving. His profile says Judkins is a productive runner, possessing good size and great contact aggression. His running style is both urgent and a bit chaotic. He runs with good burst inside, but is more collision-based than wiggle-oriented when maneuvering through the lane. He's efficient on runs outside the tackle box, but he has a tough time out-racing pursuit to create explosive runs. He is wired and built for a heavier carry count and short yardage success, but the disparity in yards per carry between Judkins and Travion Henderson, despite running behind the same line, is a little telling. Judkins might need to be paired with a slasher, but he has the ingredients needed to become a 3-down RB1. Spoiler alert, the Browns must have read this profile because they did pair him with a slasher here in just a few picks. But we get Quinshon Judkins, who I definitely believe can be that workhorse, heavy volume type of running back. He does have the 4.4, what did he run? 4.48, something like that speed at the combine. So he does have the long speed. His athletic testing, like I said, number 2 among running backs this year, off the charts. And we were kind of torn between, do we want the Browns to take Judkins or Travion Henderson? I mean, the Browns opted to go with, and I think it was the right move. You get you take a running back built for a 3-down workload on the higher end of this draft class. There are these types of running backs later on, but this is the higher end where you can get Judkins to fill that role. The type of role that Travion Henderson presents, wow, it's great, and he's very lethal. The more limited touch guy who can hit the home run. There were more of those guys later, in my opinion. So I think that's probably the Browns' mindset in going Judkins over Henderson. But that's just my opinion. Either way, pumped to have him. Cannot wait to see this backfield now in 2025.